Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine.
To get to where you are today, what would you say did it for you? I mean, you've been this, you've been that.
I mean, it's, everybody,
to get to where you are today, what
everybody,
did it for you?
To be honest with you, it's been God first. God. God, prayers. Now, you also have to do your own bit. Hard work. Me, as I go school, I go school. I like book. So, because I've always believed that, I'm telling you, man, I've always believed that, listen, when, like you say in Igbo, like, when you don't have an Abraham as your father, you don't have, like, you know, I don't have an Hebrew as a godfather now, or an Adenuga as a hair. So these are all the jobs I've done in my life. I've always been through self-effort and God on my side. Sure, you get. And anywhere I go to, I bring my CV, and they're like, bros, this is place. You know what I mean? So, God first, then hard work. Then, if you get the opportunity, put in passion, put in the hard work, okay? And I do a lot of networking. I know almost everybody, you know. So every opportunity, I don't, you know. I'm always looking at on my phone like this. I have so many phone numbers. If I want to get to anybody, I can get. You know, last week I had a summit in Oka, and the vice president, who is the acting president, joined the summit virally. And people were asking me, how did you get? I said, you people don't know anything. He said, how did you get the VP to, you know, attend your? You saw that video now. I said, you people don't even know where we're going. You know, is it because we live in Oka? You people think that we don't know people in Lagos and Abuja. So, you know, and that's it. You just have to work hard. As just like yourself, you work very hard at what you do. You know, you take your job seriously. You're passionate. You've been doing this thing now, entertainment, all your life. So, come on, whatever that comes to you now, nobody should begrudge you. You can't believe that on my job as the MDC or ABS, I co-authored 2 books and then wrote 1 book on my own. It was at my job as MD ABS. I got a 3rd master's degree and I got a PhD. And I have a full-time job, bro. And I still have time to play. You see me on Facebook, I'm always playing.
Yes, I do.
So it's about you must find time. You must find time and enjoy yourself as well. But what happened, I'm very lucky in a way though, because my family, my wife and my children don't live with me. They live in London. So after work, I don't have anybody bothering me. So after work, I'll just go back home and read and study. You know, that's why I'm able to do 1 degree after another. I said, let me use the opportunity very well. Okay? And then, you know, to achieve all this, I stayed away from beer parlor. You know what I'm saying? Maybe once in a while, but not that every evening I go and hang out and I don't do all those. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, most young men also pray and claim they work hard. Where do you think that they normally get it wrong?
Yeah. See, sometimes I think there's something that is in the Bible. You know, it says, you know, time and chance happens to everything in life. You know, you may work so. I believe a lot in prayers. You know, because it's not like you're the hardest working person. You know, it's just God that does things for you. You know, you also try and do your best. Again, what I learned in America is smart working, not hard working. Smart working. When I was in Globacom, I used to have a guy like that. That guy who never lift a finger. If you go to his office, you can't see a piece of paper on his desk. But he's one of the guys that I don't know got rated at the time because he does smart working, and I learned that from him. You know, he has a way of always pushing out files, pushing out projects to other people, funding them out to other people. You get what I'm saying? So, you know.
Interesting. So, what would you say has been the wisest decision you have taken as a person?
Well, I think marrying my wife, if not the kind of woman that I'm married to, man, as I would have been dead. You know, I've left my family for 8 years, Azu. I left them in London for 8 years, coming to Anambra to work. I know the kind of work we do now. There's no money, so you can't even travel all the time. You know, and each time I travel, the governor will start chasing me. The most I've stayed in London is 1 week in the 8 years that I've been here. So, but she was the one that, you know, she held the family together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll always be proud of her. And the kids also, they're almost used to not having me around. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm
Interesting.
happy with the job she has done with the family. Yes, yeah.
Interesting. Now, is Chief Uche Nworah interested in politics? I mean, having interacted very closely with
As
some
well,
of the biggest
as
political
well, listen,
players in
as well,
Anambra State.
listen. Man is a political being. If your people call you, as you must answer now. Say again. Having been around politics for 8 years, I can't tell you I'm not interested in politics. You get what I'm saying? But there's something about it, though. It's not just to go and print posts and say you're contesting for this or that. You see, you need to be calculative. For example, if I had my way, I would have loved to run for Federal House of Reps if I had my way. I think this is the right time. However, that's what we do in my area. You know, we do zoning. You know, these guys from here have to go this time. These guys from here have to go this time. These guys from here have to go. So it doesn't quite suit me to go now. Okay? And I can't even run for Senate because the guy that is going for Senate he's the one that should go. You get what I'm saying? So, and you know, what else can I do politically at this point? Nothing. So, how I could possibly hope for is a political appointment, or I go back to the corporate sector. You know, so that's it. Yeah.
Interesting. I like the fact that you didn't dance or skirt around the issue because some people will have political interest.
No, I'm telling you, man. I've done the calculations. My people, you know, because I'm in the cabinet, I'm a cabinet member in my community. My people love me, you know, they talk to me about these things. And they also agree with me that, listen, you know, this is not our turn now. Because what's the point of you going to waste your time knowing that the party hierarchy will not even favor you because there's this zoning thing happening? Just like what has happened to the governorship in Anambra State. It's rotational. You have the north, you not just finished with Obiano, and then it's gone to the south. The south is Soludo. After the south, it comes back to central. We are from the central. Yeah? So then I got chip here.
Interesting. Now you worked very closely with ex Governor Willie Obiano. What kind of person is he?
Yes. Oh,
really,
great guy, man. Great guy. Because as well, listen, let me tell you something. This guy offered me a job without knowing me. I'm telling you. You know, people. When I tell people, they don't believe it. He gave me the job of Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer, Anambra Broadcasting Service, the ABS, the almighty ABS. Just after he interviewed me and gave me the job. So I will always be grateful to him, you know. And then he gave me the job and also supported me, supported the agency, supported the organization. I remember in 2019, this has never happened before. The governor called me and said I should bring my staff over to his house, my ABS staff. So I tried to rally the guys that were around. I went to his house in Aguilera. Personally, he was the one personally serving them food, handing out plates, calling them by their name because he's our biggest fan, he's our #1 fan. He watches us every day. So he knows all the stuff, you know, the newscasters, the program presenters. And at the end of the day, he appreciated them with, you know, some token. Then the next week, he said I should come to ESCO and receive an award. He gave me an award as, he called it a certificate of performance. That was what they called the award. Nobody has ever been given that kind of award. So, you know, for that alone, you know, the guy, you know, is a great guy, yes.
So why do you think there are too many people out there who misconstrue? Yeah, why do you think there are too many people out there who misconstrue or misunderstand him or can't seem to get on well with him?
I think it's the nature. I think it's the nature of politics. It's the nature of politics because I've been here up close. You know, it's the nature of politics in the sense that. You know, like this, there's a saying in Igbo land that is the man with the ball that will receive the tackles. Sure, you get. For 8 years, he had the ball, and to be honest with you, he lifted Anambra from point A to point B. As we look at you now, if you want to come to your state, you fly straight to Anambra Airport. Before you go to Enugu, you go to Asaba. But we are not changed all that. It's true. Is there? Nobody can take that record away. You get what I'm saying? We now have a 13,000 capacity convention center. And because of the peace and security we had in Anambra, all kinds of investments came into the state. Hotels, you know, agri companies and all that. So he did a lot to uplift the state. But again, you know, everything is politics in Nigeria. So, you know.
Okay. I'll take 2 more questions and I'll free you. One is going to be controversial, but one is going to be less controversial. Okay. Before I take the controversial one, okay. What more, you know, does Uche Nworah want from God? I mean, he has been nice to you so far.
as a long life for good health. You know, now I think I'm very lucky. Anytime I go home, once it's 10 o'clock, I go to sleep. You know, I went for an event one day, and the MC was joking. Where is that my bag? Let me show you something. Where is that my bag? Okay, as we look at this bag, look at this bag. Can you see it? Yeah.
Yes, I can. Yes.
Can you see it? So yes, I went for one event. The MC was saying, all these men that you see carry a bag. The MC called it Abuja bag. He said, don't mind them all. Inside that bag is the medicine they will take in the morning, the one they will take in the afternoon, the one they will take in the evening. He was joking, but for me, it was instructive in the sense that at our age, you know, people are now beginning to be poorly. But I think I'm blessed. I don't go to hospital. I'm not sick. Sure you get. So I think I'm still asking God to keep me that way. You know, I'm very grateful for that. You know, good health. And then longer life now, so that we will enjoy life with our children and our wife. As a whole, I've talked about long life and prosperity.
Yes.
So let me also talk about higher quality. You know, I'm out of work. Currently, I'm unemployed. So I'm looking for greater opportunities.
It will come by the grace of God. What is your take on what transpired at yesterday's inauguration between the outgoing First Lady and Ikemba's wife?
What I would say is, I'll just say one thing. What happened was unfortunate. Okay, in the sense that it took away from the wonderful, inspiring, hopeful speech that the new governor, Charles Chukwuma Soludo, delivered. You know, people should be discussing what he said. But now what people are discussing are slapping, not slapping. So that's all I can say. It's really unfortunate. Okay? And I wish we can redirect. Let us all redirect and focus on what Soludo said he would do. Yes.